All right. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to review our roots. Mrs. Sittig's class did super good at this. Mrs. Jones's class was meh. So we will see how our class does. So our roots that we have already learned are phone, photo, odd, this, auto, and life. Dun, da, da, da. I'm going to draw sticks. That's what I'm going to do. And if I call your number, you're going to try to guess. Everyone takes 5 seconds. We should be sitting up because it's reading class. Not nap time. Da, 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 da. Number 7. Who's number 7? Do you know any of these roots? Any of these things? Do you know what any of them mean? That's a problem because we're going to start having quizzes over these things because Mrs. Knifel's tired of people not learning. No, we don't have a 23. 10. Ah. 1.
Yes. Life means bio.
Oh, wait, I meant to put bio. I did this in the other class. It's supposed to be bio, but I already wrote the answer to it. My bad. So bio means life. Correct. Someone tell me a word that has bio in it. I wrote that terribly. Evan, what's a word that has bio in it?
Is bio crossed?
I have no idea. How about a word that we've already talked about? Olive.
Biology.
Biology, which happens to be the study of life. And Mark.
To try to guess a root or like another word with bio.
Another one with bio. Do you know another one with bio?
Biome?
Yeah, biome, which is a place full of life. Perfect. All right, next number. Let's see if anyone else knows one of our roots. We don't have a 15. 14. Julian, I just called your number. What's one of these roots? Tell me the meaning of one of these 5 roots. Biz means see. S-E-E. Someone tell me a word that has biz in it. Ava.
Vision.
Vision. Correct. Good one. Molly.
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay. Nolan.
Visual.
Visual. Both of those mean see. Perfect. All right, next one. We're only going to do 2 things per thing. Oh, we don't have a 21. 5. No, we just did see. Yes. Photo means light. You can't take a photo without light. Someone tell me a word that has photo in it. Rochelle? Yeah, photograph. Perfect.
I know one.
Oh, did I call your name? Nope. Put your hand up like everyone else. Evan.
Photo.
Yeah, just a photo, yeah. Or we could do photography, photocopy, things like that. All right, next root. Dun, da, da, da. We do not have that number. Do not have that number. I should go through these. Don't have that number. Number 3. We have phone, odd, and auto left.
Auto means here.
Auto does not mean here. You're really close. Auto does not mean here. So give it another guess. One of them means here. It's either phone or odd. Yeah, odd means here, like I hear it, like with my ears, not that I am here. Someone tell me a word that has odd, A-U-D in it. Marissa.
I don't know the word.
Okay, well, it doesn't count. If you don't know the word, I don't want to know it. Your own hand should only be up if you know the answer. Rochelle. Audio. Yeah, you hear audio. What's another one? Ava?
Auditorium.
Yeah, an auditorium. You go there to hear things. Awesome. All right, all we have left is auto and phone. Mr. Mark, would you like to tell us what auto or phone means?
Auto means self.
Auto
right?
does mean self, like it does it itself. Someone tell me a word that means, Kylan. Automatic. It does it automatically by itself. We can put automatically or automatic, same thing. What's another one? Zach, I haven't heard from you. What's another word that has auto in it?
Automatic.
That was not a word. Michelle? Automobile. All right, I spelled that wrong. Don't look at it. Anyone else? Any other words? Evan?
Auto start.
Auto start does it on its own. All right, and we have one more root, which is phone. This is the first one we learned. What does it mean, everyone?
Sound.
Sound. Someone tell me a word that has phone in it. Landon.
Phone.
Yes. Phone, but with an E, like a telephone. What's another word that has phone in it, Molly? Phonograph. It was that machine. Oh, that was awful. That had made sound. All right, everyone sit up. This is not nap time. Up, 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 up. Otherwise, we're gonna be standing. I said sit up. I did not say stand, Evan. That's distracting her. All right, so those are our roots. We are just doing a quick little review. Now we are going to review our prefixes that we learned, and we're going to learn 3 new prefixes. Someone remind me, where does a prefix go? Before the word, correct. Roots can go anywhere. A prefix goes before a word. So we have already learned 2, and now we're going to learn 3 more. So, prefix. We have already learned IR and IL. Someone remind me what IR means. Nolan. Okay. No one raise your hand unless you know the answer for 100% sure. Okay. Yeah.
Not.
Yes, IR means not. What's a word that has IR? Kylan. Irresponsible. That means you're not responsible. Irregular, meaning not regular. Perfect. And then IL. What does IL mean, Olive? One word. What does IL mean? Oh, it's not nap time, girlfriend. Mark, tell us what it means.
Trick question. They both mean not.
Yeah, trick question. They both mean not. And Mrs. Kneifel, the only word I can ever think of that has IL is illegal, meaning not legal. So that's the one we're putting down. All right, 3 new ones we're learning right now. We're going to learn UN, we're going to learn non, and ON, and we're going to learn dis. So we're going to try to figure out some words that start with these, and then by figuring out some words, we're going to see if we can tell the meaning. Does anyone know a word that has UN at the beginning? Landon.
Unresponsible.
No, that's irresponsible. Ava. Unbelievable. Good one. Nolan.
Undo.
What?
Undo.
Undo, yep. Olive.
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable. Evan.
Unable.
Unable. Oops, spelled it wrong. Unable. Unhappy. We could say untie. Untidy. All of those have UN in the beginning. Would someone like to give me a guess on what word or what UN means? What does UN mean? Unbelievable means not believable. Undo, it's not done. Untidy, not tidy. Unhappy, not happy. Untied, not tied. Unbreakable, not breakable. Unable, not able. So the word is? Not. Yay! So this one also means not. So now we have 3 that mean not. All right, we're moving on to non. N-O-N. This one's a lot harder. So I can help you out if we can't think of a word that starts with non. For some reason, these words are all big. Zach?
Nonsense.
Nonsense. Pretend like it's spelled right. Kylan? Nonfiction, yep. Anyone else? Nolan?
Unable.
No, that's unable. Evan?
Maybe non-perishable.
Non-perishable. This is one we probably heard a lot lately. Non-essential. That's a COVID. Or non-existent. non-living. Yeah, so those all have nonsense, non-essential, non-fiction, non-existent, non-perishable. Someone tell me what non means, Marissa? Yes, it also means not. Woohoo, we have another not. Because non-essential means you're not essential, non-fiction, non-fiction. And then we have non-existent, you don't exist, etc., etc. Go us. We have one more root. No, I lied. One more prefix to learn, and it is dis. Mark, do you know a word that starts with dis?
Disappear.
Disappear. I see your hand up. That doesn't mean I'm going to call on you because you're saying, Ava. Dislike, yep. Rochelle? Disappointment. Deck? Kylan? That is the word. D-I-S. Disc? That wouldn't be a root. That's just the word. Because, like, if you took off, or that wouldn't be a prefix. Because if you took off the D-I-S, it'd be k. And that's not a word. Does that make sense? Like, if we took dis off of appear is a word. Okay? So the prefix has to be added. One more, Landon. Disabled. Okay, so disappeared. You are not appeared. Disliked. Don't like it. Disappointed. You're, not happy. And disabled, not able. So what does DIS mean, everyone? Not. So we have officially 5 prefixes that mean not. IR, IL, UN, NON, and DIS. It would be wise to remember that all of those mean not. Are there any questions on these prefixes? Evan?
Are we actually going to have any ones that aren't not?
Well, we got 151 more school days, so probably. All right, we are going to move on to our two suffixes that we're going to learn. So roots can really be anywhere. Prefixes have to be at the beginning. So where do we think a suffix needs to be, boys and girls? Where's the suffix going to be? At the end, yes, the end. So suffixes are a little bit different because they don't change, or they don't necessarily mean something. They change a word from one thing to another. So our first suffix is Y. And if you add a Y to something, it changes a noun to an adjective, okay? Someone remind me what a noun is. Olive, what's a noun?
A noun is a person, place, thing, or animal.
Or a thing, yeah. What is an adjective? Elijah, do you know what an adjective is?
An adjective is a place.
No, that's a noun, but good guess. It's close. So adjective, Molly? That's a vowel. Girlfriend. That's a vowel. Rochelle. Yeah, an adjective is a descriptive word. So if we add a Y to something, it goes from a noun to an adjective. So let me show you. Wind is a thing, right? It's a thing. I mean, we can't physically see it, but wind is a thing. But if I add the suffix Y, now it's a descriptive word because I can say that's windy. Okay? So someone give me a noun that I can add a Y to. Landon. Don't call in on you today. Don't raise your hand anymore. You're killing me. You.
Sunny.
Sun is a thing, and if you have to add an extra N, but that's another grammatical thing. And you add a Y, now it's a descriptive word. I can say something sunny. Evan.
Really?
So a curl is a thing. I add a Y, and now it's a descriptive. Ella.
Tiny.
Point. Is that what you said? Mm-hmm. Point, and now pointy is a thing. Because I'm pointing, I'm doing something, so that actually goes from a verb to an adjective. Same thing. Well, not same thing, but that's besides the point. All right, one more, Olive.
Tiny.
So shine. Take out the E. All right. So all of those, except for pointy, went from a verb. Well, I guess a point can be a thing, like a point on a bridge or something. So all of these went from a noun to an adjective. And then our other suffix is ly/ily, and that just depends on how the word is spelled. But these, if you add this, it changes an adjective to an adverb. So let me give you an example. If I have happy, that's an adjective. That's how I describe something. But I'm going to change it, and instead of happy, it's going to be happily, and now it's an adverb, happily. Does anyone know another word that I can add ly or ily to? Molly.
Likely? What like?
Yeah. So likely. Anyone else? How about Ava?
Dislikely?
What?
Dislikely?
No, that wouldn't be a word. We could do slowly.
We have dislike.
Dislikely. Have you ever heard?
Dislikely?
I dislikely think that.
I think it's in the dictionary.
Hello.
Probably is. Somewhere in the imaginary dictionary.
Shut up. That's great. Right. And I'll send them an email. Okay. If you have time, feel free. Okay. Cool. All right. Bye. All right. That was like unbelievable. Shut up. Not telling someone to shut up. Anyways, we have slowly or quickly. So that went from quick, a descriptive word like you're quick, to an adverb, quickly. Okay? So I know these are a little bit different because they don't necessarily have an exact meaning. They just change things from one thing to another. Are there any questions on either our roots that we reviewed, our new prefixes, or our new suffixes? What's your question, Evan?
Is ukulele maybe one?
No. That is not a suffix. That is the word itself. That'd be ukulele. Ukulele is not an adjective. I just told you that it changes an adjective to an adverb. All right. So that was our review/learning new. Now I need everyone to, once I say go, you're going to get on HMH and you're going to go to our. Hey, I didn't say go yet, so all you moving are not paying attention. You're going to get on HMH and go to our story for today. It is a short read. We're going to get through it today. It is not a prepare. It's not a prepare to read one. It just says my book, Many Ways to Tell a Story. Please go there now. What's up? Yes. Please go there now. I want you at home to be on there too because Mrs. Kneifel wants it in our book and not to screen share. It's called Many Ways to Tell a Story. So have a tab open if you're at home. That way you can see it. If you're here, obviously you are already with me. Ella, HMH. You should already have this bookmarked. We should be able to get on this in no time. Those of you at home, or those of you here, it looks like this. It's blue. Many ways to tell a story. We're going to wait a few more minutes for those of us all to get on it, and then we will get started.
Short read. Many ways tell a story. Most of us.
Yeah, let's not. Put your hands on top of your head if you are where you're supposed to be on the story. If not, that's okay. We're going to wait a few more minutes. Not everyone's page is loaded. You may put your hands down. No big deal. We got a few more minutes. I'm not in a rush. Sounds good, Isaac. All right. While I'm waiting for a few more people to get on, let's just review our vocab real quick. Someone remind me what prose means. P-R-O-S-E. What does prose mean? We learned these yesterday, so I should see lots and lots and lots and lots of hands up. What does prose mean? Ava? Many ways to tell a story. What does prose mean? And if you don't remember, click on it. It literally will give you the definition if you're on the page. Evan?
I think it was like the title of the book.
Absolutely not. And don't think, don't guess. Actually know. We already learned this, so there shouldn't be any guessing about it. Rochelle? Yeah. Ordinary writing, which is what we're going to be reading today. Sentences and paragraphs. Unless it's poetry, it's ordinary, okay? What does dialogue mean? Someone remind me what dialogue means. Mark?
It's when like people talk like it's another word for conversation.
Yep, conversation. Me and Mark are having a conversation right now. That's dialogue. We've had dialogue all day. Talking. Evan, your mask should be over your nose. All right, what about climax? The climax of a story is what? Tis what? Olive?
The climax is the most important event and usually happens near the end.
Yeah, so in case you couldn't hear Olive, it's the most important event in the story. It normally happens before the end. It's like before the resolution, before the solution. And our last one is forward. What is the forward? Elijah?
Something, the first page of the story.
Yeah, it's the first page, like before the actual story. I showed you guys that example yesterday. It was a page, and then it's chapter 1. So it's before it even begins. So now we're going to move on to our story, or our short read today. It's not even like a full story. It's called Many Ways to Tell a Story, okay? I'm going to start reading. I'm going to have some others potentially read, maybe not, because I have some people live. I might read it all. I don't know. Most of us think of books and prose when we think of stories. But a great story can come in many other forms too. Myths and fables, plays, movies, poems, and even songs. For a person who loves stories, they can be found nearly anywhere. And there are countless ways in which to enjoy them and share them with others. Digital formats. It is in yellow on the next page. Mark, nice and loud. I'm going to turn up the volume so people at school can hear you too. Follow along if you're here at school in case you can't hear them all the way.
Tell me when I'm ready.
You're ready.
Have you ever read an ebook on a tablet or computer or a story on a website? If so,
Time out. Keep going. Wait, or stop there. Pause. You're doing good. I'm just have a question.
yeah.
Raise your hand if you've ever read an ebook. Trick question. All of you are reading a book on the computer right now, which means all of you have read an ebook. So everyone's hand should be up because you are currently reading an ebook. An ebook is any type of electronic print. And last week we read a whole story on the computer. That is an ebook. All right, Mark, you can go.
If so, you probably know that a digital format sometimes offers features that you wouldn't find in a printed book. You might be able to select a name, place, and be taken to a website with extra information, pictures, or videos about it. Some ebooks even have multimedia embedded within them. Like music, the author wants readers to listen during certain scenes or chapters.
Thank you for reading, Mark. All right, question. So digital ebooks are a little bit different than my regular print book. Someone right now tell me how your ebook on your computer is different than my textbook right here. What's the difference, Zachary?
It plays audio.
It plays audio. If you don't want to read your story, you can press it and it be read to you. I got a textbook right here. It's not gonna magically play for me. I gotta read it myself. What is another one, Marissa? Yeah, you can highlight stuff and make notes in this ebook as you go. What's another thing, Evan?
Another thing is that you can click on words if you don't know them, it'll tell you.
Right, you can click on the highlighted words and it'll tell you what they mean. That's another thing. Mrs. Kneifel can't be clicking on her book and it's not going to magically tell me the definition. That's not an option. Anything else anyone can think of, Molly?
Can't take you to websites.
Yeah, my book can't take me to a website. I have to physically open it myself. Landon?
Technology, that's not.
Obviously. Thank you. So those are just some ways that it is different and sometimes it's, beneficial. I understand that sometimes having a print book's really nice, but it's also sometimes better to have that virtual option. All right, our next thing, movies, televisions, and plays. Would anyone like to volunteer to read here at school? Anyone? Oh, you guys aren't very much fun. Nolan. People adore stories. People adore stories. It is movies, television, and plays. Let's go. Dialogue.
They often support
Especially in stories. Climax. Pause. Now go.
Many people still prefer that special feeling of sitting
All right, thank you. I'm going to continue. Books allow readers to use their imagination. They also allow authors to show more of what characters are thinking than a typical play or film would. There's almost unlimited room for an author to provide readers with descriptions and background information. Often, this kind of information is provided in a foreword, but at the beginning of the book, but in some books, it can be found throughout. So, raise your hand if you've ever seen a movie. In your whole life, you ever seen a movie? Julian, are you listening? Because I'm pretty sure everyone's seen a movie. Thank you. Anyone ever seen a TV show? Any TV show? Anyone ever watched TV before? Nolan, you've never watched TV? Never in your life. Okay, you want me to call your mom up and ask? Okay, I'll be calling her later. All right. Okay, well, the thing was for you to raise your hand because that's what I asked you to do. Okay, it's not negotiable. If you've done it, you raise your hand. Has anyone ever seen a play before? A play. Most of us have, if you've always been at this school, you've probably seen a play before. Has anyone seen a play outside of like a school production? I have. I went to a play last year, so totally be fine if you haven't. But if you ever get a chance to see a play, you can put your hands down. If you ever get a chance to see a play, it is a really cool thing. So all of us have probably seen some of these. So plays, movies, and television are another way to tell a story besides just a book or an ebook. A movie has a story, right? It tells a whole thing. A play, obviously, it's just like a movie, but people are, in person with you. They're telling a story. TV shows, there's a storyline. Even SpongeBob, each episode has a story of what's going on. So all of them are a way to tell a story. Music and other art forms. It is hard to imagine telling a story through dance. Think about famous ballets such as the Nutcracker. Like plays, most ballet productions feature characters and events. They use costumes, scenery, and music to help bring a story to life. So, fun fact, Mrs. Kneifel used to be a dancer when I was a kid. I danced for like 12 years. So I totally understand, you can definitely bring things to life via dance. And it doesn't have to be just ballet, but dancers bring things to life using their entire body. They use sound, like music as the background, and then they also use props or scenery, like backdrops. So that's another way to tell. Why are all your hands up? Okay, I haven't asked the questions. Keep your hands down. That's another way to tell a story is through dance. I'm going to finish reading it because you guys don't read loud enough for our friends at home to hear. Okay? So, dance, another way to tell the story. So far we have ebooks, regular books, movies, television, play, and dance. All ways to tell a story. You can probably think of several songs that tell a story all on their own too. Such as a song might not include dialogue, but it will include characters and events. The music and the singer's voice help set a mood and convey meaning. A symphony called Peter and the Wolf tells a whole fairy tale through music. The musicians' instruments play the roles of a story character. So if you think of like the LaPorte County Symphony that we go to every year, they, play music and they tell a story through that. So music, I mean, every country song probably has a story behind it. So all different types of songs tell a story. They talk about people, they talk about events. Another way to tell a story through music. And then the final way we're going to talk about today is some paintings and other artwork tell stories as well. The Bayeux tapestry is an embroidered cloth created hundreds of years ago. It tells the story of a battle for control of England. Some native people of the Pacific Northwest carved totem poles that feature characters and events from their cultures, myths, and legends. So there's a picture in the bottom right-hand corner of a totem pole. If you were a native person of the Pacific Northwest, you'd be able to tell me the whole story of that thing. So all those different ways are ways to tell a story. Art, dance, music, plays, movies, television, digital books, and regular books. All ways to tell a story. When we were talking about stories yesterday, we really only covered actual books or ebooks, but all these other ways are ways we can tell a story. Can someone please raise their hand and tell me one of the subtitles? Rochelle, what's one of the subtitles? Digital formats. Yep. What's another subtitle, Molly? Movies, television, and plays. Mark, what's another one?
Let me find it. Music and other art forms.
Yep. So those are all subtitles, and those are just sectioning off this for us. So in digital formats, we did not read about dance because that wouldn't make sense for the dance part to be in digital formats, because in digital format, we were talking about digital formats. So that's just ways to be sectioning off. So we are also just, because I like to share, I think Mrs. Knifel's favorite way to hear a story is through movies or television. I love to follow a storyline, and I love having not that I don't have an imagination, I also love to read books, and I like that too, but I also love like a movie or television shows that have good character lines or good storylines, and then you can connect with the characters and you physically get to see them. So that's my favorite, just in case you're wondering. Think about your favorite. We are done for today. We went over our roots, we learned new prefixes, and we learned new suffixes, and we also read many ways to tell a story. Tomorrow, we're going to learn something new. We're going to learn about the cue chart. If you've ever looked at your Google Classroom, there's already a cue chart there. So tomorrow, we're going to learn how to use it, and we're going to put it to good use. Thursday, I'm going to introduce writing prompt number 2 for the year, which will not be due till like the 16th of October, which is like 3+ weeks. So it'll be plenty of time. And it's a good creative one. So that'll be on Thursday. And then Friday, you're going to have a work day. You're going to A, work on your writing prompt, or B, read for AR on Friday. There's no test or quizzes this week, so that's a fabulous thing. So I'm going to head off. Thank you for joining me. If you join me at home, so long. Goodbye. The recording will be posted later.
Do we have a code word?
Goodbye. What?
Do we have a code word?
Nope.
Okay.
Bye. Peace out. If you're here for the next until at least hold on, let me end this real quick.